My phone had died, even though I plugged it into the charger, because my battery is not suitable for doing a live show plus charging at the same time, apparently. But I want to get back into this concept that I was talking about in my last show about aurochs and gold and the standard of health, dis-ease, and other concepts related to the natural environment. And humans are of nature. We're part of this whole a process, this ongoing. How do you put it? This comedy drama of life. That's one way of putting it. And I had uploaded a few ideas in the last video. So if you have not seen the other video that I made about an hour ago, for this is for the people that come from the future, or whatever space they come from, go listen to that. And it got shut off, but I planted a few seeds that produce nectar, the nectarines. The seeds of life come from nature. You don't go and stick a needle into a seed. Oh, well, they do these days, right? Let me explain it this way. If a woman cannot bear a child, bear fruit, if a tree produces a seed within a fruit and the fruit is damaged, it won't grow. This is called Pottinger's cats. Go read the book. It's very great. It's a very scientific experiment on cats and the generations of how these cats reproduce and when the mother will give the offspring milk to give it life, give it more energy. And there's a point where the mother cat won't feed the offspring because it's broken. And in our reality, what we do is you go, well, nothing, everything. You come out the womb and they say, you're broken. And they immediately jab you with a needle. They say, we need to vaccinate this one, all of them. And we've got to the point where even a mother whose ovaries are producing these eggs, it won't take semen, it won't take seed, and it won't become a child or a fruit. In the same respect as nature, it won't happen. It can't happen. But then the doctor says, but this woman really wants a child, and we can bear an offspring for you if we stick this needle and let's grab this gentleman's semen over here. You just ejaculate in a cup. Don't actually consummate the relationship. Ejaculate in a cup. We'll take it and we'll make sure it's perfect, and we'll put it into a needle, and then we'll take the ovaries and we'll jam the thing, and then we'll stick it right back. We'll just jam it right in there for you, and then we'll put it back in the woman, and the woman will hold on to it because we've cleansed all of that. We've cleansed it, and then it will come out, and it gets its birth certificate like a ship, right? What everyone's missing here is nature doesn't do that. Nature does not. There's no doctors. There's none of these legalese. There's no even animals with opposable thumbs don't have the audacity to think they're better than the natural environment. Even these animals that there's elephants can paint, elephants can draw, monkeys can paint and draw. All of these animals can do this. Even the elephant doesn't even have a thumb to fuck with, but it uses its trunk because it knows. And it's not going to go and find a way to insert something where it shouldn't be, a needle into an egg. If it will unfurl, it will unfurl. So you put 100 seeds in the ground and maybe 10 of them grow. But there's no forcing it. There's only power within nature. Go look up that book, Power versus Force. It's a great book, Power versus Force. Humans have forces. They 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 lack the wisdom to realize there's power in nature. Nature will continue. Nature always continues. Humans, though, humans they die. So my suggestion is stop being human-like. Be more like a god. It's not that difficult. Just give up the human brain set. See, people like to say mindset. Mindset is everything. The mind is everything. It's like God. It's like the Tao. It's like Allah. It's like all of the name any word you like. But that's what nature is, and that's what the mind is. The brain, however, connected to scientism and religion, goes out and attempts to force its perception onto reality, thereby causing conflict within the brain and the body. I mean, doesn't science continually try to fix a problem that wasn't there? What is the problem with having a body? There's not really one. But then, like, as soon as it comes out the womb, they cut the cord, which they shouldn't do. Cut it. It's kind of like the silver cord. When you're in the astral realm, it's said that you have a silver cord connected to your astral body, and it can't be broken. You can't get lost in the sauce. You can't get lost in the sauce. You can't get lost in outer space. You can't get you. There's always it's unbreakable. Yeah, the bond to nature, the connection to yourself. You can't break it. It's etheric. But when you come out of the womb, out of the darkness of the woman's womb, the warm womb, and then that cord is there, and the doctor says immediately, nope, cut it, stick it with needles. And then you go to your church, and the other doctor, the other priestcraft says, nope, sinner, you've sinned. Huh. We must here's a book. Read this book. This book will tell you everything that you need to know. But only if we tell you it. If you read it yourself, people that go to church make me laugh. You're already in the temple of God. Why do you have two temples on the side of your skull? Golgotha. Why? What? You're already in church. Church. You see, your body is the temple. And then people go to an outside church, and the priest says, "Well, here's this book. If you read it at home, you can't just take it the way you want to take it. You can't read it the way you want to read it. I'm going to tell you what it says." And most people that go to church, they've never read the Bible. And most people that go to, I mean, the Bible is, as far as I know, is a book of the sun, but it's moon worship. And the Quran is a book of the moon, yet um, it's a sun worship. And you could go talk to the Sunnis, and you could talk to the Taoists, and you could talk to all of these different uh, facets of religion. And all of them, if you go and ask the priest, they're going to tell you there's something fucked up. They're going to tell you something's wrong. The priest of that religion, because they're my liege. They're going to go to a legion. They're going to reattach themselves to somebody else's ideas of what words mean, even though the priestcraft doesn't even know what the letters mean. But they're going to tell you what the words mean. And then you're going to go to the doctors, and you're going to go to the priests, and you're going to go to all of these different factions of a priestcraft. And they're going to tell you that something's sick and diseased. But does nature do that? If you go out and talk to a tree, if you go and smell a flower, did you walk by that flower the other day and just stop for a second and smell it, and then just ask it one question? Say, Did anybody stick a needle in you to make you grow and be this beautiful, wonderful flower? And the flower's like, "What are you needles? What is this? Well, who does that?" Yeah, that's what happens here. Like, who does that? What kind of insane person that believes they're sane is trying to save the world by sticking needles in their offspring? Who would do that? The flower says. I know there's some weird people out here, man. They really think if you poke and jab and you just inject poison into what? They're injecting poison into people? Yeah, because they say it makes them stronger. And the flower's sitting there going, well, but don't I smell pretty? Do I not? Do I not always? Do I? Does not everyone walk by and go, well, look at that beautiful flower? And and people go, oh, we forgot about the flower. Maybe we should inject that too. No, 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 no. Don't damage the flower. If you love a flower, don't pluck it. Let it grow, and it will be back. It's a perennial. It's a perennial all star. It will be back next year. There's nothing you need to do. So so nature has a way of always, in every way, recapitulating itself, re-energizing itself because it's working with the Mother Earth and the sun, and even the moon is there for the flowers too, to make sure that the decayed parts will just rot away and become the fuel for the next generation. Which, back to Pottinger's cats. What gets fed? Who gets fed? Who gets fed? Would you feed the weak ones or the strong ones? The strong ones don't need to eat, but yet they get fed anyways. The weak ones, what do they need? They need the correct environment to grow. Environment is, well, you have people that create environments and environments that create people. You can go ahead and rewind that and listen to that again, but I'll just say it again. You have environments that create people, and you have people that create environments. Well, then you also have gods that we just kind of we just observe the whole process of how nature provides unequivocally exactly what needs to happen. I can go outside and I can see all of the growth of the trees. Um, I can see that no one needed to do anything about about the cow, except I look around and I go, look at all those cows in the field. Where did they come from? Oh, they came. Then somebody whispers in my ear and they say, they came from aurochs. Aurochs, funny enough, the root for that is AU, which is the root for gold. AU is gold. It's a gold standard. The number is 79. Interestingly enough, that may or may not have been the year I was born, as many of you may have been born in the 70s, the 79. You can look around in the what is the chart doesn't make sense to me because it's the way they block it off and then they make it in like let's see, 78, 79, 80. Those numbers, what do those mean to you? The table of elements. You see, it's confusing. It's a table of elements, but if you were to reference um, Walter Russell, he'll show you how the elements work on a vibrational scale, on the 8 octaves, the octavius, the octaves, and you'll see that there's a vibration between silver, gold, bronze, copper, aluminum, like these different things that have different waveforms, which then produce what you see in your physical reality as a element or a physical correspondence to a vibrational matrix. So it's like a cymatic wave or a cymatic function that then produces a shape, which then you see as gold, which is an auroch. But the milk that you're getting is not coming from aurochs, it's coming from cows. What is the difference between a cow and an auroch? Well, it was bred to not have horns because they cut them off and they kept breeding the smaller and smaller horns so that the cows could not fight back. And they got rid of the dangerous horns of the aurochs so they could just milk the cow. It's it, hmm, hmm, hmm. It's called R Rock. The Rock. They said they landed at Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock. They didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. Eh? Anybody know this reference? Because it's Or Rock. R Rock. Gold Rock. The Gold Rock is, why do you think the 49ers, what were they doing? Where were they going? I mean, that's a false narrative and false history too, but they went to Cali, California, which used to be an island apparently. And then floodings and muds and things happened, and these buildings got buried, but then they unearthed most of them. But then there's underground history, there's underground tunnels, there's all of this in the world. You can look around, it's everywhere. Go to Seattle, go check it out. There's an underground city. They tell you here's Seattle underground, but that exists everywhere. They just don't tell you. Even places that aren't supposed to have basements have basements. if you follow the path of say to where the gators are, or the down the Mississippi, MISSISSIPPI. I tell you how to do that. The Mississippi. Go all the way to the end of it. The Mississippi mud pies. The end of the Mississippi is the Gulf. It's where the swamp land is. Why do you think it's swampy underneath New Orleans? Like just a little bit south of the great city of New Orleans, because that's where all the mud went. It was as the mud cakes and then the mud pies, and it's all at sea level, and that's why it's sea level. Because if you go north, that's a higher elevation. Doesn't make it better or worse. It doesn't. I'm not going to tell you what's there or how it happened, but the mud went that way, and then there's the swamplands. So when you look into the mud floods and the shape of what this earth, the earth is, and what the water is, and you look at this realm, and you notice all of these things connect in a way that just it's so plain. It's a plane. They say, look at the planes. It's plain to see the plane. A plane is an aeroplane. It's a plane, means flat. The flatlands. It's plain to see that as I give as I give this this is beyond PhD level shit right here. As you recalibrate yourself to the natural environment, to the natural world, you'll see that animals do not get vaccines, but yet they've lived just as long as we, if that's what you want to say, the humans have. I mean, you can speak for yourself, humans. I'm not going to speak for anybody, just myself as a god. These humans, they're trying to fix each other, but they can't even fix themselves. But nature sits there and grows strawberries, and there's those animals, just those birds. Those birds, they're just flying around, and The sharks and the whales and the dolphins in the sea and the octopus or the octopi, if you must, and the land dwelling creatures, the leopards and um, the elephants and the rhinoceroses and all of these things, they exist unto themselves and they keep their entire clan, their tribe, their unit, as they exist in homeostasis in nature. They do. They're out there. They everybody's like, oh, animals, they're out there like it's chaos, it's crazy, they're killing each other. Have you ever looked at animals around a pond of clean water? They're just sitting there. All of the different animals that you say that you're so certain that are killing each other, they're not. They're literally sitting there drinking of the same water. Because once in a while you see like on Discovery Channel, Discover, Disc over. Yep. Go watch the TV all you want, and you see all of these animals killing each other. Yet, if you would just take a moment and look at all of the other things going on, no one's killing anyone. There's nothing killing anything. There's no doctors. There's no. It's not happening. How do they exist? Where do they sleep? Do they have a house? Do they have a home? They have a tribe? Do they have a unit? You ever seen all of the different animals just hang out with each other, playing with each other? Yet here we are. I mean, not we. Here, there you are, trying to convince yourself that nature will not win. The humans must win, and humans know better. And here I have a book that says so. Do you know how fucking insane that sounds? What if I don't speak your language? What are you gonna, Spanish Inquisition? You're gonna come over here to another area of the world and enforce your opinion of a book? And then people are like, well, I didn't write a book. I don't even know what that language that is. And then you force someone or a culture to read a book. You have to teach them letters first, and then they'll read the words, and they'll go, oh, oh, I didn't get it before. I was not participating in nature. Apparently, if I eat these papal bonds, if I eat the book of the Bible, if I eat all of this, oh, no, don't eat it. Oh, you can't eat this. So you just cut down a tree and then took some coal after you burnt the tree, and then you just scribbled something onto the paper that you, after mashing up the tree. Why didn't you just let the tree sit there and grow? No, you don't understand. But what do you mean? No. I don't understand. I overstand. I overstand all of this. Wait, you're gonna just a bunch of papers. Huh, that's really interesting. I thought we just knew, as my internal dialogue, as my internal being just goes, oh, see, like I just don't get why people have this need to cut the trees down. Isn't that confusing? Why cut the trees down? I still have yet to get that part of the process. Were the trees too big? Why are there? Here's another question. Why are all of the trees only a couple, maybe 150 years old? The oldest trees you can find. I mean, there's a few trees you can find that are really old. In New Orleans, you can find a lot of old trees. You can find the giant, I call him Grandpa, the Grandpa tree. He's like 850, I think. On my other channel, if you want to go check it out, I used to do a lot of videos sitting underneath Grandpa, the old oak, the old oak tree. Yet, if you look around, you don't see any tall trees except for in Silicon Valley. Wait, just above that, there's those giant giant trees. Why aren't those trees everywhere? This is a very simple question. Why aren't those trees everywhere? Why did they all get cut down? What happened that the trees had to be reseeded, repopulated, replanted? That all there's plains in the middle of the country that there's no trees and just drive for hours through the middle of the country. You ever taken a road trip and you're just like, man, there's nothing here. It's like a desolate. It's like a wasteland. And then you go to other places and it's a bubbling, boisterous bounty of beauty. Only exists how long? I thought we were on this planet for millions of years. Well, where are the trees that are that old? Why? Almost as if it were planted there. Where are the old trees? Did they just fall over and die? I mean, the redwood forest, those things are not dying. They're huge. They're fucking huge. So why don't you have a huge tree in your backyard? What is the oldest tree in your neck of the woods, in your neighborhood? Why are these trees not? Because just visualize it. Even if you can't, close your eyes for a second and think about if a giant tree with its leaves and its root system really deep into the earth, and its leaves and its branches going out and dropping seeds. It will drop a seed, and a small tree will grow off to the northeastern or to the southern area, and then that tree will start to grow and drop seeds, and it will spread out, kind of like a mushroom culture. But mushroom cultures grow underground and then they spring up, but a tree does in the opposite direction. Well, that first tree, where was it at? Where did the first tree come from? Who invented it? Did the human stick a needle in it to make it? It appears not. It doesn't seem so. Depends on who you ask. Ask the people that think the world started on a big bang. Theory. It's a theory. It's not a fact. Just as gravity is a theory, just as everything seems to be. It's a theory. What's ori mean? What's theo mean? What's theo mean and what's ori mean? Go put the words THEO into your Google browser and find out what the word theo means, and then put the word ORY into your browser and see what that means. And if you put theo and ori together, you get a theory. Huh? Eh? So all these theories people have about how life came about are ridiculous. You can't know that. You don't know. But yet you're gonna prod and poke and pilfer. Alliterate the P's. The P's are the perfunctories. It's just a lot of fun to use alliteration with the letter P. It's very patriarchal, very poppy, like a poppy seed or a popcorn, or it's just fun to do, isn't it? Isn't language so much fun? Is it a lung gauge? Or is it a land witch, or a lang witch? It depends how you say it. It depends on what part of the country you're from. It depends on what part of the world you're on. It depends on what part of the plane of the realm of experience that you're on. How in Spanish you can say something that is basically just one little inflection of one note will change the entire. It could be masculine or it could be feminine, just by saying it is slightly different. It's the same way somebody could say thank you, or somebody like thank you, thank you, thank you very much. It's nice to see you. It's nice to see you. Oh, it's so nice to see you. You can it works. Well, sarcasm and humor are so delightful. Sarcasm and humor. Yet we have people out here that are so fucking serious about everything. Oh, that's gotta age you to no end. Like, oh, mm, I, it's so much fun to get back to humor and youth and where you came from, which is, come out the womb and you're just like, holy shit, here's a whole new experience. What is this? Just groping in the dark for finding the tit or the teat, the milk, the whole. Look at all of this bright color and this. Oh, isn't it wonderful? The Babylon, the babies, the babes of the. That's the that's the inlet into life, and you keep re-experiencing that. That's what we're. If there's nothing that if there's everything that if there's anything that I can offer, it's that thing. When someone says, "Be like a child, be like a kid, be like a kid is a goat." Don't kid anyone. Be be childish. If someone says be childish, I mean, childish Gambino can tell you about that. But be like a kid. I'm a kid. I'm the goat god, right? Greatest of all time. Just goat. Why not do that? Why not continually do that? Reinvest yourself into yourself. That's The Fountain. The movie The Fountain is amazing, and fountains are my favorite thing. So there you go. Now you know. If you want to know, now you know. Mm. Most amazing thing is I'm going to pause this for. Well, I'm not going to pause anything because I got no pause. I got a God hand. So I'm going to walk out of this room, and you guys can meditate on this one idea for 30 seconds. Is that all? That's all it will take, is to get back into your mind, which is everything, and go backwards. Walk backwards, and walk backwards in your memory system and in your mind to the day you were born, and see if you can find out when you were born. And what you'll come to realize is you don't know when you were born because you've always been here. You've always been right here, right now, as Ram Dass says. Be here and now. Where else have you been? Where are you going? What are you doing? Where's all of this? Is there an epiphany? Is there a place that someone should be? Is there somewhere to go? Is there something to do? No, you can do anything you want. Life is this ever everlasting gobstopper. it's this this journey of I don't know. I mean, you call them ancient, but I mean, aren't the ancients the? Oops, look at that. We've unplugged it from the portal. Get back in there. Ah. Oh, doing something in the dark is the funniest thing because you can't really see what you're doing, but you kind of know anyways. Huh. Huh. My phone is rejecting the ability to be charged. We'll see. We'll see how long it takes. It's been plugged in the wall for Let's see, at least 35 minutes, and it's still on zero. So, what's up, Synchron? Hey, you've missed the bounty of ridiculousness. We'll continue on with it though. It says that no one's in the room yet. Here you are. You can't trust computers. See, they don't make a lot of sense. It says zero people in the room, and here, but yet here you are, alive. We don't die. We just multiply. On your side, it says there's four people here. On my side, I have zero. It says zero. I'm just. This is the ramblings of a madman or a genius. Depends on your. Yeah, not five. Yes, the ramblings of a genius. Yeah, they don't let me know anymore. They don't update anything. They're just like they just talk and it'll tell you there's no one here, but everyone's listening. It might say five for you, but it might be like 500 million people listening to me talk. I might be changing people's minds and adjusting their tone and their frequency. Hey, Synchron, give me something to speak about here because now that I know someone's here, I will I'll change my tone. We'll speak about whatever you want me to talk about. And me is just another form of you. I just happen to have the podium and the forum to speak things that other people are not quite yet capable of um, you know, putting that energy into their voice. My my throat chakra is always and has always been very, very, very powerful. But that's only because my root chakra is powerful and my heart chakra is even more powerful. It's like a Care Bear. Remember the Care Bears? Like just blasting energy out of their out of their. So if you give me a topic, I'll go on that. Let me get a sip of beer. Oh man, so many options here. That's got to be the drawing something or painting something or writing something. Yeah, good man, Synchron. Enjoy that beer, dude. Yeah, I was I had a couple fucking hilarious days. I met the cool. Um, but as an artist, when you look at a blank piece of paper and you're like, I can do anything I want on this. Here's an idea for people. As a painter, you get a canvas that is anything you want, really. Like it doesn't have to be what you see as the classical neo Platonic period of and painting with certain types of inks and oil paints and it doesn't matter what you're using as the canvas, but when you see like everything as a canvas to paint on, that becomes very confusing because they don't know what they want. They don't know what they're going to do with it. But here's the thing, here's what they do in school. They give you a white piece of paper and they put blue lines going which directions? This is high level shit here. When you're in school, they give you a piece of paper. So you get the it just disconnected me twice. How nice. It's an IT. It is IT, information technology. So if the red line is going vertical and the blue lines are going horizontal, what if we make here's an idea for someone. Make some paper. Like go start a company. Who in their fucking right mind or their left mind is going to start a company that makes paper that has the blue line going vertical and the red lines going horizontal? Ah, that's crazy. Could you imagine even seeing that? Your reality is based solely and totally on, well, if you're into the legal thing, it's yellow, and then you get the two red lines going, and then that's it's for a different reason. The Manila folder and the yellow shit and all that. But let's just start with the schooling system. What if we just inverted it and put all the blue lines where the red lines were, and the red lines where the blue lines are? And then instead of yes, exactly. then instead of using blue pens, you use red pens. I mean, isn't that what the teacher uses? We're using a red pen here. You gotta, they'll maybe make a smiley face sometimes, but I give you 100%. I give you, you're perfect. Oh, you failed. They give you a big fat F with the circle around it. Ooh. See that kind of training that goes into people? Flip it around. Flip the script. Use from my favorite from my favorite shit ever. Hero, the movie Hero with Jet Li, because there's a couple of hero movies. I mean, every movie is a hero movie. You got like four types of movies. You got the hero, you got the Jesus thing, you've got the princess programming, the prince programming, all that bullshit. But in the movie Hero, there's this scene where the Asian chick goes, "That will require the red ink," because he's drawing this giant sigil or symbol. That will require the red ink, and so she's trying to get the red ink. Yeah, or we could just flip it up completely crazy and make all the lines. I mean, it would be too crazy to just hand a child a piece of paper that's blank. Then they'll just scribble all over it. But if you put lines there, they'll write on top of the lines. Lupe Fiasco's song, Dots and Lines. Go listen to it. Dots and Lines. It's super duty. This is why he could speak anywhere he wants. But okay. So maybe we make these pieces of paper, and instead of the red and the blue, maybe we just make it brown. How about this? Green goes horizontal. Green goes horizontal, and vertical is brown. That would be crazy good. That would be really good. Yo, you see that? That's that Bart Simpson programming right there. Remember Bart Simpson when he had to write everything on the board like at the beginning of The Simpsons? I didn't like The Simpsons show. I thought it was a little too fucking basic. Like I thought it was really fucking. I never watched it really. I watched it a few times. I mean, South Park is way above that, and not to be all fucking Rick and Morty on the shit, but South Park is in a great commentary. Yeah, right on the blackboard. Isn't it funny they call it the blackboard, and most days it's green now. It's the green board. And they put the white on the black, right? The white chalk on the black. And when you go play pool, it's a green pool table of felt, and the last ball to go in is black, and the ball that you're hitting it with is white. There's a lot of subtle programming going on here that if people would just observe with a child's eyes, with the fresh new observation, a point of view. Your point of view is always what you think it is, like your eyeballs. Like your eyeballs are doing. Are your eyeballs doing it, or is your brain doing it? Change your perspective. What are you looking at? Like Bruce Lee, when he was like, he goes, he's pointing to the moon. He's like, if you look at the end of my finger, like this is the point he's trying to make. If you look at the end of my finger, you're gonna miss all of the glory of looking out into outer space and all of the moon, all of that out there. Don't look at my finger. If I point to something, it's kind of like whenever I'm playing with dogs, I point to something. They're not looking at where I'm pointing. They're looking at my hand. The food is not in my hand. It's over there. Just go get it. Uh-huh. But I would it might if I were to program a world, I would, yeah, I would the I probably the paper would still be, if there had to be, if there had to be paper to, the papyrus, the papaya, the papaya, the papyrus would be brown. See, this is why the old scrolls are brown. It's not because they've aged, it's because they didn't bleach them. They'd be brown, and then I'd put green lines on them, and we'd write in purple, the purple ink. We'd use purple ink. There'd be green lines if there must be any on the paper. It'd be green, and it would be much. It wouldn't look like how everything is. Look at a piece of paper again. Where does it start? In that top left corner. Why is the margin there? Whenever I scroll through a book, I use my left hand to scroll from the back to the front. Doesn't everyone do this? Does anybody use their right hand to scroll from the front to the back? No. So so when you're binding a book, why do most books bind on the left hand side? But yet other cultures, they write from right to left, or from up to down, or from down to up if you're very advanced. So everything is predicated upon the English language going from left to right, from top to down. So which is programming for what? Top down, trickle down economics. You see? So if you flip the script and write in the opposite way, it's called the Mirror Conspiracy. It's a great album that everyone should check out, by Thievery Corporation. It's called the Mirror Conspiracy. Lebanese Blonde. Check that out. It's really, 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 really fucking good. Hmm. Fun days, huh? Let's see. Where should we go with this one? We've talked about the paper, the papayas. Have you thinking in, yeah, lineage terms? Yeah, the line, yes, the line rage. Well, see, there's a certain set of programs that need to be run to have a what is it, an orderly society. But what if instead, here's a new piece of paper, don't have four corners on it, make it a circle and start in the middle. What if it spiraled from the middle and you had to write everything the way that the old ancient languages worked? You would use symbols and you'd start in the middle. You'd be creating a mandala from the center. What if you created a piece of paper that had a line, one single line, not how many blue lines are on a piece of paper? Anybody thought about that? Here, I'm gonna go a little one little level deeper, or 50. How many blue lines are on a piece of paper? No one's ever thought about that. No one's even considered that. Yeah, polymath. Yeah. What if we just, instead of all of those lines, which I'm guessing it's gonna be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 20, 26. Is that right? Can you look that up for me, Synchron? How many lines are on a piece of paper? Can you look that up? That'd be awesome if you can. If not, no worries. But what if we had one line and it started in the middle and it spiraled out from the middle of the piece of paper and you had to write in a circular fashion? That'd be pretty interesting. You'd be able to read differently. Think about how the eyes move about the page. It starts at the top, goes to the bottom corner. This is what you're taught in marketing class. This is why ads are and the colors and the, if you start in the top left and go to the bottom right, that's how your eyes move because you've been trained to do that. But what if you started right in the middle? You would access something 25 lines. 25. What did I say? It's 25. What did I say? I thought there'd be 26, like 26 letters. But if there was one, you would actually create the vortex of imagination. So you could just look. There's a way to read faster. Look that up. 26. Yeah? Is that right? Oh, see? See the fucking subtle programming that nobody even pays attention to that's in front of their face the entire time. But you could create, yeah, what if the line was a spiral? So you'd start in the middle and you'd draw a line and a spiral, yes. And you could do it all the way to the to the outside of the page. You start in the middle with a dot and then spiral that shit out. And then right along that. And as you're drawing, I don't know if you've ever drawn something before. You start, change even when you were taught cursive, you would adjust the page by about, like 30 degrees? 26. I told you, motherfuckers. I'm telling you. I mean, I'm not telling you, I'm just suggesting. Very, this is the subtle influence that people had to reconnect there. I had to sit up and drink a beer for a second because that shit is funny. Mm. All of these new how to put it, so we got new shoes coming out, we got new paper coming out, we got all of this, wow, these ideas that are just blossoming on, blossoming from a center source of all of the, that's how life works in a spiral. It works not in pi but in phi. See, here's another lesson for people that maybe have never heard this one before. The letter P and I and the letters P, H, and I, it's pi and phi. Those are the two infinites. But in the computer world, what you have is, the numbers are, it goes 3.1, right? And then if you have phi or phi, it's the phi, it is 1.618, right? 1.618. Do a mathematical equation where you divide pi by phi, or divide it the other way around and see what happens. It can't be done. But nature, here, see, the computer program runs on pi. Nature runs on phi or phi. Nature is infinite. The same way they tried to mimic it in the computer world. This is the movie Tron. The real world, the actual world, the actuality of all things is nature, and nature runs on 1.618, that thing. And then the computer system runs on 3.14, which, funny enough, 3.14, we just had Pi Day the other day. And if you take the letters or the numbers, which numbers are letters, what about quantum computers? That's the quantum is 4, right? So most people are running on two bits, or I don't want to say qubits. They're running on binary systems. Binary systems are connected to quadrants, or twos, fours, sixes, and eights. But then there's the trinary system. No one talks about the trinary computers because they don't. There's not. They're very. They're not very programmable because there's an off and an on, and then there's the hyperposition or the superposition. There's the middle that just goes, oh, we ain't on, we ain't off. It just whatever. The trinary systems have tribal identity, meaning there's an indifference in the middle that goes, well, I'm not on, I'm not off. And how do you can't program that. You can program binary systems or quadrant systems because there's corners to it. There's left and there's right. There's blue and there's red. There's these types of they don't even recognize that there's a balance to it. But the balance, it's to lance the ball. The balance to it is like something in the middle. If you're working with the computer, you have go left or go right, go left or go right, go up or go down. But if you're working with a human or a god, see, humans have been programmed to be dualistic. Humans, as at their best, are not dualistic. They're not Bible. They're not binary. They're not. They're trinary. There you go. Thank you, Synchron. This is exactly what I've been saying. Thank you for making it in the simplest terms as possible. Humans have been running on a binary thought process. You can have this or you can have that. They don't get the full spectrum of it. If someone says you can have the Democrats or the Republicans, you can have the blue party or the red party, you have this or this. No, I want the whole fucking menu. I want to walk into a restaurant and say, "What's in your kitchen?" I don't even want to look at the fucking menu. Here's the thing: if you have all of the stuff to make these 10 meals here, then I can tell you what to do with those ingredients. Make that for me, and whatever you want for it. I'm sure the chef that's in the kitchen right now will be fucking happy as a fucking clam to make something that's not on the menu. Just just make something that's not on the menu. Just put it together. I know that you have the ingredients in your kitchen. Go do that. And I'll be happy to eat it because you'll be happy to do it. And there we find joy. Instead of going, I'll take the number two. I'll take the number 10. I'll take the Big Mac with the cheese. You know what I went the other day? I went to Arby's the other day. I went to Arby's the other day. And we were in the drive-through. Me and Ami went to Arby's. This is crazy because she was like, "Hey, let's go get some chicken tenders or something from like some, fast food places." Like, have you ever been to Arby's? And she's like, "I think we've only been there once ever." Like, I've known her for I don't know how many years. Just a shit ton of years. Like more than I have digits on my hands to count. Well, actually, if I no, I guess I have. Yeah, it's it's been a while. And she's like, I think we went there one time when we lived, I think in North Carolina. No, where were we? Anyways, the point of the story is this: we went to Arby's, and we're at the drive-through, and the menu was insane. Because I was like, yo, you can go there and get a good sandwich. Like, they're gonna have good bread. They're gonna have like, everything they're getting there is probably pretty fresh. The best thing you could do is like McDonald's, whatever, Wendy's, whatever, Taco Bell, blah blah blah, all this, the chicken joints, whatever. But Arby's, dude, we went there, and the woman's like, "Hey, do you know what you want?" And we're like, "Nope, I can't even. There's way too many things going on this menu right here." And what did I do? I got the fucking classic roast beef, just roast beef on a bun, because that's just how I get down. Because I also had meat wad in the car, and I knew she wanted a little snack. And then I was like, "Oh, me just get anything," and it was just so much menu that was like, we're in a drive-through, and if someone pulls up behind us, they're gonna be pissed off that we're sitting there for like 10 minutes trying to consider. Yeah, life. Hey, Synchron, you don't have that down there. Go down there in the underworld of Australia. Yeah, you can't forget about the meatball, man. No, I never do. I never do. Especially when she's a fucking spaz and won't take a nap. She fell so many times, like trying to get in the front seat. I was like, oh. But if I put her in the front seat, she would have not. She wouldn't have enjoyed being at my heels. It would just there wasn't there was so much room, and she wouldn't settle down. She's like, where are we going? What are we doing? Even at her advanced age, she's still an excitable little puppy. I know she couldn't decide. I just like, okay, what do you want? She's looking at the menu like, oh my god, all the choices. I could. I've always considered this idea. I've considered this down on like in front of her, like pounds and pounds of food, and she ate the whole thing. I was like, how much food could I really give this dog before she like can't eat anymore? And I've thought like, if I put 10 pounds of food down, do you think she could eat it? Do you think she could get through that? And would that be good for her? I could never tell. I don't like to. I don't like. Oh, dude, I feed her like
she's like a 50-pound dog. Well, I mean, she goes between 40 and 60 pounds depending on the, what months of the year it is. But I was like, a 40 to 60 pound dog can eat 3 pounds of food in one sitting. What if I put 10 pounds of food? Could she eat 10 pounds of food in her 40-pound little frame? Would she just eat until her stomach is full, or would she keep eating? I was like, I always considered that. I was like, well, maybe I should just put all the food on the floor and see if she'll eat everything, or if she'll just eventually just like, nah, I can't even eat anymore. Or would she just would she just keep eating until she's shitting while she's eating because she can't put any more? She's just processing it so fast that she's just walking through the room, shitting and eating. Except for like she doesn't shit in the house. She's not like a house shitter. uh, oh, dude, I know fat families with obese dogs, dude. Oh, yeah, I always, whenever I see someone and I look at their dog first, and I'm like, I can't stand to do it, and I hate it. I hate it about myself, but I don't mind at the same time. When I see someone's dog, I look at the dog and I go, you are your dog, and there's nothing I can do about that. It's I was talking to somebody the other day saying I wish, in some ways, remember the movie with Jim Carrey, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Is that right? Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Is that the right movie? Where like you could just erase your memory of everything. But then I don't really want that because I know way too much cool shit. I know way too much goodness that I don't want to get rid of that too. Even though I even though I don't want to judge someone based on their dog, to get rid of that, that'd be nice. That would make me feel that'd be a weight off of my shoulders. But at the same time, like to get rid of that, I'd have to get rid of everything else that I know that is so fucking um, just magnanimous and perfect and beautiful. And I can't do that. It would be a good trade, but I couldn't. I would never make that deal. Yeah, the dog's life. Yeah, I mean her real name. I tell people sometimes like her name is Sirius. She's the dog star. Like her name is Dog Star. I call her like she has like 8 names. I think it's Meat, Wad, Meat Snacks, Meathead, Meaty, uh, Sirius, Dog Star. You know that. What's funny for her is she doesn't really care uh, what her name is because if she wants to smell something, there's nothing I can do about it. Like she puts her whole fucking body down. Like if we're walking down the street and she wants to smell something, she'll just put her whole body weight into like I'm smelling this, and I've actually pulled the leash a little bit, like really pulled at it, and then let it go, and she fell over. She's like, we're not going anywhere. But at the same time, like if we're walking, I'm like, dude, you're not gonna smell that. We're walking, and she's like, all right, let's go. And I'll drag her a little bit, and she'll be like, fuck, all right, let's go. It just depends. It depends on how long of a walk and when like even on a long walk, even at the end, she's like panting and ready to like walk up the stairs, and she's still like, "Oh, let me stop and smell this." She's learned well. I want to stop and smell the flowers. Yeah, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Uh huh. What a great movie. What a great movie. Yeah. You don't see wild poodles. Oh my god. Thank you for that. Yes, my no. There's the people that bought me off the black market. Their parents. So the grandmother figure, she uh, cut poodles' hairs. Like that's what her job was. A dog trimmer, and she cut poodle like specifically trimmed poodles. I was like, what? What is a fucking poodle? What is that thing? A poodle doesn't even make sense in my reality. Like poodles would have to. Poodles are like oodles and noodles. like I would. They don't even exist. People that own poodles should really just walk themselves off a cliff. Do you remember watching the Roadrunner and the like that whole dynamic, and there'd always be a cliff that somebody like. If you own a poodle, take you and your poodle and walk off the cliff because you don't deserve to live. People that own poodles are fucking whack. They're fucking terrible, ridiculous. Like, what a shitty dog that is. What a stinky, shitty, filthy. Like, what is wrong with you? That's not an animal. What is. Synchron. Comedy gold here. I tell you, dude. I tell you. People, if you if you can walk through the mud and muck of my insanity for an hour, you can get some comedy gold. Mm. Oh man, you know what? Here, Synchron. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. I'm gonna go grab myself some tequila. I'm gonna do a shot of tequila for you and everybody. Hey, on your side, how many people are in the room right now? Because apparently on my side it says there's 0 people. So I'm gonna take a shot for you, and you tell me how many people are in the room on your side. Let's see what's going on here. Hey, Synchron, do you hear me? How many does it say on your side? It says number of chatters and number of thumbs up. I have 1 thumbs up and 0 people in the room, even though I'm sitting here talking to Synchron. So unless Synchron doesn't really exist, but I know you exist because I haven't we talked on Instagram or some shit? Did we ever talk in person? I'm convinced that you exist as a human or a god or something like you actually have physical form. You're not just like in the computer system. And well, cheers to you, anyways. No matter if you are part of the trans world. This bottle's been doing well, man. I gotten through 5 days with one bottle. Crazy, right? Mm. Oh, and you know what I haven't cracked open yet? No, no, not yet. Okay, we'll hook it up soon. We'll do the old fucking live stream. Oh, there it is. Wait, one more. Oh, you know what will smooth this out? I'm gonna go trade this in for my bottle of port. And it's still, I'm still requesting one answer from you, my friend. This is the only answer I need. How many people does it say are in the room on your side? That's the only question I have. Well, that's fantastic. I always got the burst, man. Mm. Oh, here I'm gonna let me clean up real quick. It'll take me 27 seconds. I'm gonna grab one more beer. All right, we're back. And Synchron still has not. See, this is
This is why I don't believe you exist. Because I asked you one question. Synchron, you have to be here. How many people does it say are in the room on your side? Come on, Synchron. One question or else. Or else I just talk about something else. What do I mix with my tequila? Um, I always the salt and lime I don't like. I don't understand it. Um, Salt I do not want. When I order tequila, I want it warm and I want it out the bottle in a glass. There's not too many beverages that I want mixed. If I'm drinking it, I'm drinking it. I don't need it to be like toned down, and especially the salt. I don't need extra salt. Salt is ridiculous. Um, if they give me a lime, I might squeeze a little bit into the tequila. It's gonna add to it, but I don't need. What's that thing where you put lemon in your eyeballs, snort the salt, and then drink the tequila, or you throw the tequila in your eyes, snort the salt, and eat the lemon, or something like that. It's like I called it crazy Mexican or something. Yeah, no, I'm not. I just drink tequila or mezcal. Mezcal is a little funky, man. That's mezcal is super medicine. I got a mezcal joint that I go to. They got a nice happy hour where it's $1 off beers and $1 off tacos, and the tacos are fucking amazing. Yeah. Can YouTube be that quick censoring comments? I think so. I mean, you know, if there's a dedicated server to my channel, you know what I mean? Like, all right, if you got 100 people monitoring 1,000, you could be like, all right, well, you got 10 people, you got 10 people, and they're like, okay, focus on this, comment, delete this shit. Synchron right now in the chat. If there's 5 people, then the other 4 people are either non-existent or they're just listening. It depends on where they are in the world and what they're doing. I know a lot of people that I actually know exist because I've talked to. They say sometimes I can't comment because I'm just driving or it's like in my headphones and I'm working and I just like to hear the sound of your voice, and so I get that. But then there's also like the troll bots and the robots and whatever. Like I don't know, but it doesn't say it over here, man. It's very funny. I've considered this many times where it confuses me to the point where I go, there really could be 1 million people listening to me right now, or there could be, no one at all, just a computer algorithm. Yeah, can the real people comment? Don't be shy. Say hi. I'm pretty certain Synchron exists as a human form. I'm not sure about the other 0 people on my side here. See, this is the kind of shit. This is this. It's what do they call it? Is this shadow banning? I mean, I don't. I'm gonna talk either way. I don't care if there's 0 people or 1 person or 1 billion people. It's kind of like the mind. My mind's gonna be functioning no matter what, forever. So I might as well just speak it forth. So hello, real people. Hello, fake people. I don't care if you're real. I don't care if you're fake. I don't care if you're a robot. Just say hi. Can I know somebody besides Synchron's up in here? Not that I'm not enjoying this conversation, but we're having a yeah. Anytime, man. Hey, as I put it out there for my friends, if you ever want to, all you have to do is go to Google Hangouts, put my email in there, which is Theo Luminous Luminous at Gmail, and go to my Google Hangouts, and you can call me, and I'll fucking talk to you. It's that easy. If I don't answer that, it's either I'm not around or I just don't fucking feel like talking to you. But yeah, Juniper is in here. Good. I know Juniper exists because Juniper plays the guitar like a mean motherfucker, and she also sends me the most delicious bottles of port. I don't think there'll be any port left when I go back to New Orleans because I think I'll be drinking
it. But those are, oh man, those bottles were fucking delicious. I must tell you again. I don't know if have you had those before, Juniper's? Have you had those? Yeah, her voice is beautiful. It is. Yeah, Juniper's. Have you drank either of those? Because they're so fuck. And if we talked about this yesterday or the day before, I'm sorry. I've been on a little bit of a fucking twisted up bender. We have fun with it like few do. Funny enough, I'm more of a fan of the. I think I see now I'm recalling that I already said this to you, but I'm gonna say it again. I hate repeating myself because I feel like I don't want to be the old dude telling the same reminiscent stories of something. But if there's new people in the room, the clear bottle that had the glass top, it was fucking amazing. It was the tawny port. The tawny port was fucking insanely good. It was like drinking candy. Well, there's two people in the room plus me, so that makes three. Hey, you, me, and a bottle makes three. Anybody know that song? You, me, and a bottle makes three. Speaking of a bottle, here I've got some shitty port in front of me. I got a hand. Here you go, Junie. One. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna drink the shitty ass port right here. I gotta handle of it. Mm. Oh, the Porto. Porto Saint Maria. You're a spirit drinker. Okay. 333 to MC. I'm not catching the reference, but yeah, you just stay with the like get right to it. I like to confuse people because they go, you can't drink a beer before was it beer before liquor makes you sicker, wine before beer make that kind of shit. Like you can't mix them. I like to sit down and order three things at once. I'm gonna order a beer, a shot, and some wine. Like, of course I can do that. That way I can talk to everyone. See, isn't it funny? Everybody talks about the four realms. I've always talked about the three. There's no such thing. The fire is a transmutative thing, and then we talk about the three things. So you got beer, wine, and liquor. There's three. There's always three. Those are the those are the those are the earth, the water, and the air. So the air is connected to the aether, which is connected to the hard alcohol, which is the spirit, and then you have beer, which is connected to the water because it's like the water of life, and then you have the wine, which comes out of um, the. It takes like what 7 years to like if you wanted to start a company to create grape juice or wine, and you started it from scratch, it would take you 7 years before the grapes of wrath, the vines would take hold on the. That would take 7 years. So the only way you can get into the wine business is to allow for 7 years to pass or to buy a company. That's all. That's the only way you can do it. And so there you go. There's the three elementals. The three elements are really wine, beer, and alcohol, like straight liquor. That's all there is. And Junie, did I ask you this before? If you're still there, if you're able to, um, but you said no. Driving to look at weird shit. Yeah. Do you do you prefer do you prefer rum, vodka, tequila, or scotch? Well, I mean, scotch is and then you got brandy, or do you go real hard like the grapes that turn into Crevassier? Oh, the Crevassier is nice. I used to. You mix your gin Zen or drink straight. I find gin cleaner than vodka. Well, no, no, gin is not cleaner than vodka because it already has spirit. It has a different kind of spirit in it. The gin that I drink, the genies that I drink, I used to do a lot of cucumber and Hendrix is a really clean. It's very clean, and you use it with cucumbers. It's really nice. But if I'm gonna drink gin, I was saying this earlier. It's gonna have to be Bombay Sapphire. That's my favorite by far. And no, I drink it. I drink it fine. Just clear. I mean, gin and juice is fine. I mean, but I don't really do it that way. I don't. I'm just gonna drink gin. If we're drinking, we're drinking. Yeah, seasonal. Yeah, yeah. It depends on the seasons. Yeah, when it's cold, see, this is why I don't drink the dark liquor too often because it doesn't get too cold down here. So, yeah, I get it. You want white rum or dark rum, and the dark rum is usually associated with pirates. And even though I'm very pirate of nature, I don't really prefer dark rum. I don't. Blue bottle. Yes, 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 yes. The blue bottle is the fucking joint, dude. I'm telling you, that's the best thing ever. Like if you're gonna get the green bottle, okay, so you got the green bottle, which is the Tanqueray, and then you got the blue bottle, which is the Bombay Sapphire. Bombay, if you put the Bombay next to the Tanqueray and you just poured it into a shot glass or put it into I would put it into a wine glass and just sniff them and then and a snifter and just sip on them. The better one is it's going to be very apparent that the Bombay Sapphire is just the gem, dude. It gives you a different vision. I mean, when who was it? Dre and Snoop came out with that gin and juice joint. Like they were talking about Tanqueray. They were. I mean, obviously, but uh, if you ask for gin and juice at the bar, yeah, the light in the summer and dark in the winter. It's like kind of like you wake up in the morning in the AMs and you get the dark like what are you going to drink? The breakfast, the breakfast stout. No one's drinking a breakfast IPA. And in fact, most people shouldn't be drinking too many IPAs anyways. They should be drinking APAs, American Pale Ales, not India Pale Ales, because they're too bitter. They have too much of the estrogen. See, this is how people go. What the fuck? We went from fun things. Now he's gonna give us a lesson. Yeah, you didn't get a lesson. You're gonna get this learnings right now. The APAs basically take the same hops. Hops are fine, but just don't leave them in the brew. Don't leave them in the boil. You boil, they got 30, 60, and 90-minute hops. And those 90 minutes, it's super bitter. It's super medicine. But the medicine is feminine. And if you drink too much of that, you become feminized. So don't drink. You can have them once in a while. It'll put you to sleep. But what you want is an APA. And the APA is you take those hops and you put it at the tail end and you just dip them in for maybe 30 seconds, maybe 90 seconds, so you get the bright, briny finish, the just a little taste, the aroma of the hops, and a little bit of the taste, but it doesn't become too bitter. Like your IBUs stay below like 30, but when you have like a 30, 60, 90-minute brewing of the hops, it's extracting all the bitters. So if you want bitters in your life, what you would do is you would do a gin. I would do a gin gimlet with some bitters in it, and that way you get it down in one shot. Like it's just a quick little drink. You don't want to be sipping on it. You don't want to sip on bitters. Just fucking drink it, and then go on to your better drink, because the bitter is the medicine. You don't want the medicine just sitting there through the beer forever, like that, because you don't want to taste it. You want to taste something delicious, and bitters is not delicious. It's good, but hopefully that makes sense to people. What's the process of making beer? Heard you speak on it a little bit. Isn't there a distilling process? No, no, not in beer. So you have here. Let me go through the processes of knowledge and distillation, um, and beer and fermenting. So you got beer, you've got liquor,
You've got wine, and you've got vinegar, and you've got orin or urine, and you have the aged urine, and then you have there's and then you have sauerkraut, and then you have these processes. Let me see. Beer has a bad rap, I guess. Alcohol in general does. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, beer, yeah, fermenting. Oh, well, so there's that's what I'm getting at. There's a bunch of different processes. I mean, it's the same thing. It's letting something age. Like, let's see how I can explain this story for people about the aged, the weathering of something. To Carl Weathering's the weather outside, the weather inside. You can age something in, as they say, wine gets better with age until a point, and then it can become fucking terrible. And alcohol that you're making, liquor, you're distilling, you're removing. Distillation means to remove all of the elements that are heavy. Distillation means to die still. It means to move something. So you're moving something from one unit to another, and you're leaving in the last realm, or the last process. You're leaving the heavy things that can't become mystic or become mist. So it's missed something. Hey, Mrs. Missed this, and it misses, and you process it through a distillation to become cleaner and cleaner and purer and more. Here's There was a while back that I'd heard Savan say this thing about, if you he said he talked to a scientist that said if you drink triple distilled water, it will kill you. That highly distilled water will kill you. I was like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my fucking life. I was like, I can't. After he said that, I couldn't listen to him speak ever again. And I've listened to him recently, and I'm just like, I listened to him for like 10 years, like really hardcore. Listen to everything he said. And then he said, if I talked to a scientist, and he said, if you drink triple distilled water, I was like, dude, I drink fucking 7 times distilled vodka. What do you think? That's not cleaner than water? Why do you think the Russians call vodka is vata, is water? It's water. It means fire water because it's burned off all of the dross. It's like fucking gold. It's gold. So the process of distillation is removing all of the harmful elements and giving you the cleanest, clearest thing possible. In the process of fermentation, you can't make a beer from distilled water. What you make beer from is something that is hard water, has elements in it, and what the process is with the sugars and everything. The fermentation is eating up all of the bad stuff in the water, which is salt, sugars, metals, blah blah blah. It's eating it up, right? And then it goes into the bottle, and then the bubbles are actually all of the things that are. It's mostly sugars. It's becoming cleaner and cleaner. And so when you put it into your body, what the beer is doing was the alcohol, when it's distilled into a high spirit, it's already grabbing onto everything, so you can shit out the nastiness. When you drink a lot of liquor, you're gonna have the shits, right? Because it's pulling things out of your body that don't need to be there. And if you drink beer, that's bubbling up and becoming it's a percolator. It's eating off of all of the shit. So that way you're gonna have the shits if you drink a lot of beer, right? It's eating things up. If you put beer, it look at sauerkraut. It's a fermented food. It lives forever, but it's taking away all the shit you don't need and turning it into a bubbly, boisterous, bountiful life of energy. And what vinegar is when you put a cap on something. If I take something like wine turns into vinegar if you, well, here's how this works. It's anaerobic and aerobic processes. See, anaerobic means
not breathing. Aerobic means breathing. So when you do aerobics, it means you're breathing a lot. That back and forth. That's aerobic. Anaerobic means it's going in one direction. So when you make beer and you put a bubbler on the top, so there's like water, so it can only breathe in one direction. It can't take any oxygen in. All it can do is breathe out. So beer is made by that process. Now, if you take wine and you leave it open, all of a sudden the qualities of wine become aerobic, and it turns it into vinegar. So vinegar is the same thing as wine is with a different process. So thus we can get to balsamic vinegar, which is a whole fucking story. But why do you think vinegar, red wine vinegar? It's because it's supposedly people say wine that has gone bad, but vinegar has a purpose and a place because the pH level is different. So the potentiality for hydrogen is changed. So the pH level is changed. It doesn't. Some people need vinegar. Some people need sauerkraut. Um, some people need vodka that is low pH, like 5, and some people need. I've expressed this before. Go look it up online. Even though maybe the internet doesn't serve you well, you can find that there is vodka that is in a pH that is about 8. So all these people that are into this vegan the alkaline diet, well, you can drink vodka that has high alkalinity, actually higher than the water that you're drinking. It doesn't make it better or worse. It just means there's different pHs for different elements, the substance they're using to create something. Eh? Okay, cool. I think that's when does yeast come in? Yeast is everywhere. Like it's in the air. It's like there's a brewery that uses one of the brewers uses a beard hair, takes a hair out of his beard and puts it as a starter for a beer that they make. There's yeast on everything. It's Bacchus. It's a different bacteria. Like there's some good bacteria and some bad bacteria. I mean, and when I say good and bad, it just means you can turn milk into sour milk. You can turn it into yogurt. But you could also turn it into funky ass bullshit that you don't want to eat. I mean, anybody's had bad like that sour milk, but anybody's you could old milk is yogurt or fucking stankin' belly button hair. Yeah, mostly in my belly button. What I get is the like that lint. Hey, let me see what I got going on today. It's like you know how when you dry your clothes and you pull the lint thing out and you scrape it off and throw it, like that's what my belly button does. Because all of your hair in your body circles and spirals into your belly button. Holy shit, Zigzag is in the motherfucking house. What's up, Mr. Intensity? Welcome here. Even though on this side it says there's 0 people in here, Zigzag here, strong arm and everybody. Synchron, you seem like the kind of dude that got like you like silky. Like you don't have a lot of hair, do you? Because you blonde. Yeah, you blonde. So your hair is very like just it's you came from the fair. You're like 6'2", aren't you? You're like 6'2", 146 pounds. Am I close? I'm just guessing at these things. Yeah. Woot woot, motherfuckers. Synchron, what should I speak about here? You just got here. I've been rambling on incoherent statements and ridiculousness for about an hour and a half now. Probably for like 3 days, but this is how we get down. This is how we assist the world. Oh, you're dark haired, but okay, so you got okay, cool, yeah, okay. Mm, that's very funny. See, that's people got to recognize these seasonal things. My hair is super dark. My hair and my beard is black. My hair is brown. But in the summertime, the ends of my hair become orange and yellow. It's very funny. The roots stay fucking dark as night, but then the ends become like well, what is it? The heat miser. Anybody remember that shit? The heat miser. Mm. And because now there's a few people in the room, according to all of you, and I know all of you exist. On my side, it still tells me there's 0 people here, but that's okay because I know you're here. I don't care. I don't care what the computer says. So Synchron, give me a word, give me an idea. What's you you're up in the early AM. What's the meditation for the day? What should we speak on? How can we assist people enlivening their souls to be more of what they are? But Synchron, you're dark haired, but are you actually? You're tall, right? You're a skinny motherfucker, right? I'm only guessing based upon a tiny little picture the size of the end of my pinky finger. Dark hair. You look like I can see the picture of you is blonde hair uh no, oh shit, no it's not. See, you can't really tell in the dark how anybody looks. We darked out over here. It's zero dark 30 here. South Pacific, I'm on my side, and white Australian on. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at your picture a little closer. Medium build. What is that? Ectomorph. Just get the esomorphs, the ectomorphs. Yeah, Zigzag has the other build. He's like fucking. He's like Pitbull. He's like Pitbull build. Yeah, you're tall. Yeah, you're a skinny motherfucker. Tall and skinny. Yep. Tall. He's tall. Paul. Hey, do you remember? Synchron. Do you know Paul Wall? Paulwall. Paul Wall. That's some what shit. 19 1999. Yeah, Zigzag is like a pit. He like Pitbull, like he got a fucking chrome dome. uh, let me see how much charge I got left on this here. I got Branch. What's up, B man? It's good to see you. All of the fucking weirdos are showing up at the same time. Good, good, good. I'm gonna go do a shot of tequila for you guys because well that's what a fucking a kind gentleman does. They when people come in the room, we can say, "Hey, shot for this motherfucker. Let's go." I don't know where we're going, but we're gonna go over here and oh no, it's over here. Follow me if you will. We're gonna find something delicious to do. The curious nature, the curious life of. Oh, here, this sound right here. Mm. Oh, yo, if you hang out with me, we do not do out of a shot glass. We just pass the bottle around. I mean, that's courtesy right there. There's no reason to like why dirty up a glass if you can just like get to the bottom of a bottle. Pirate nature. Arg. Oh, zigzag. If you do have time, I don't suggest to a lot of people to waste their time on listening to me babble, but I think if when you get time in your day, or night or whatever, start at the beginning of this video, and I think it's pretty fucking hilarious. You'll enjoy it. And shots. Ah, fuck. Now, now because I did that shot, I gotta go piss. You guys can come with me. It's okay. Okay, just don't piss on the seat. That was a mini piss right there. That wasn't like a emergency evacuation of urine. It was just in case I fall asleep, I don't want to have to wake up to having to piss. That's the worst. The worst feeling is waking up and needing water or having to piss. Those are the worst things. I'd rather be hydrated and not have to piss somehow. Yeah. B Ranch is in the building. All right, so I'm gonna need anyone's input here because my mind is an infinite. It's just so much. I don't even know. Which way should we go with this? What do you guys want to talk about? I don't mean to put it on all of your shoulders of and your mind. So, well, what should we talk about? You ever go on a date and you're like, you have nothing to say because you're like, how you doing? Great. Glad to meet you. You're real purty. I was, oh, look at this. A little meatwad showed up. What are you doing, baby? You wanna lay down or what? What are you doing? Hi. Huh? Come on. Come on. Come on, little one. Come on, V. Come on. I'll close the door. Here. Come on. There you go. Lay down, baby. I'll, you want to go up here? No? Oh. Yeah, 1 second, y'all. I gotta take care of the little baby. Oh, there you go. Here. And where's your little... Oh, there's your little monkey right there. Yeah. Fucking excellent. Meatwad has a little monkey, and we named it Hitler. Fucking hilarious. So it's a tiny little monkey. It's like about a foot tall. We named it Hitler. I think there's so much irony in that and hilariousness. Synchron, your old man tells you beer is the beverage of champions. Yeah. Do you know about the champagne of beers? Do you know about that? Do you know about Miller High Life? High Life, I always say High Life is for low lives, and it's called the champagne of beers. It's amazing. Everyone knows someone who was a big drinker and lived longer than anyone expected. Yeah, because drinking is life and it's spirit, and it cleans out all of the shit from you. Like it's a truth serum, and it's also it cleans the body out. It cleans your mind and your body out. It keeps you as like a fresh vessel of goodness. I mean, how you think George Burns lived to 100 and what did George Burns? Can somebody answer this question for me? A zigzag. Are you always 9% alcohol? How long did George Burns live to? What, 103, I think? Didn't he get into his hundreds? George Burns smoked a cigar every day and he probably drank whiskey while he was doing it. He doesn't seem like he doesn't come across as a scotch drinker. He comes across as a whiskey drinking, cigar smoking George Burns. Jesus, that dude, fucking hilarious. Hey Zigzag, you said 9% alcohol. What kind of beer is 9%? Hold on. Uh, there we go. Let me get that little one out there. What kind of beer is 9%? Oh, you a whiskey drinker? Ah, fuck. There's hey Zigzag, when you get your fucking ass down here, as you should have for Mardi Gras, but I think you're gonna come down for the next festival. Oh, Indian nails, yeah. They can get up there because it's eating off a lot more sugars, and you can get up in the you get up in the 7, 8, 9 range. Usually they're about six to seven, with the heavy duty like 30 to 60 minute. But the 90 minute you can get up there, I guess. But as soon as you come down here, come down for the next major festival, the French Quarter Festival. It's fucking free. It's free. They block off all of the streets, and there's music everywhere, and there's beer being like there's people just sitting on the side of the road just like begging for change, and people are just like walking over like, did you want a beer? And they just pour it into their mouth. Like it's like that. Like it's a freebie out here, and it's the most amazing music. So come down to the French Quarter Fest, and we'll fucking drink whiskey. And there's a whiskey bar. This is what I was getting to. There's a whiskey bar about a half mile from my house. Um, but you got to go up. It's only open sometimes. It's a 20. Look it downstairs is a 24 hour, 365 days a year, except for, there's a couple days they take off just so they can go vacation themselves. But it's basically 24 hours downstairs, and the most delicious beers. They have a new menu. I think it's basically whenever they run out of a beer, they get a new one. But they have sour beers, and they have tap on top of tap on top of tap, and then you go upstairs, and it's a fucking old whiskey bar with comfy couches, and they have if you're into whiskey, the Japanese make the best whiskey. They make sake and whiskey better than anybody, and they have fucking amazing whiskey. And so we go in there at like, I don't know, 1 o'clock in the morning and have fucking the most amazing experience of a whiskey flight. I, I don't drink whiskey. I'm not a whiskey drinker, but yeah, if we got to, we got to. And they have a back courtyard too, where you kind of just chill out, and it's oh man, the more I think about how beautiful New Orleans is, it's so frustrating that everybody doesn't have a city like that where everyone else lives is not it's not New Orleans. Oh no, we gonna drink some tequila. Don't get me wrong about that. We gonna drink some tequila. But I do like this. This is my that cognitive dissonance. This is that. Well, it's not cognitive dissonance. It's more of like a resonance of a reminiscence of going. I've lived in so many cities. I've lived so many places. I've lived so many places. And like New Orleans isn't just better than every other place. It's the best this is. It's you can't even compare the rest of the world to what New Orleans is. You can't if you live in the United States of America and you go to all these cities, you're gonna find fact. Here's the proof. If you go into any city in the U.S., what you'll find is there's going to be a McDonald's and a Wendy's and a Kentucky Fried Chicken. Look, down here, those exist. You just don't see them. They literally do not allow franchises to franchise themselves up the way they do in other cities. I drove past the McDonald's like 50 fucking times before I realized it was McDonald's because it looked like an old fucking it looked like a shoe. It looked like a I don't even know what it was. And all of a sudden I was like, I thought McDonald's was supposed to be red and yellow, and there's supposed to be arches, and it was like no, it was like an old folks home. You'd have to know it was there to get McDonald's because they don't want you to eat at these franchises because there's no reason to. Just eat the food that's here because we have the best food in the world. The best people, the best food, and the best music. You can't beat that. What else is there? The best artists? Oh, the artwork down here? So you've got art, music, people, and food. Best in the world. Find me a better place. I don't think you can. So I've never taken New Orleans for granted. It's just like it's just and there's magic too, and there's a river right there. The river runs through this shit. And, what a magical place. Hoodoo on top of voodoo. Well, mm, I've been to the bottom of every last bottle. We can do one shot of tequila for whoever just entered the room. Might as well because Mr. Zigzag Intensity said tequila. I'll drink tequila. Well, I'll drink tequila too. Let's see. Where did I leave it? Mm. Fucking ridiculous, huh? Uh oh. Is the sun out already? No, it's not. Not quite yet. It's just daylight right now. It ain't sunlight yet. Soon enough. We like draconian empires out here, like Dracula. It's very funny. People are very strange in their when they're awake and when they're sleeping. Sometimes I'm very much. I wake up at 6 a.m. and then I go hang out in the sunlight. And sometimes I'm awake during the evening. I can't tell. The sun been out for an hour now. Really? Oh no, yeah. I just see the daylight a little bit. It's cra- it's it's making them the other way around. It won't it won't be so bright in this room. Uh-huh. Yeah. Where you at now? Hey, Zigzag. You're in Carolina? Oh, that's right. You're in North Carolina right now, huh? You ain't in New York. Yeah. So you're an hour ahead. Yeah, it's getting over here. Well, no, actually, I'm closer to you than I was before. I'm in let's see, I'm in Alabama, Florida, Alabamers. I'm in Bammers, yeah. Yeah, North Carolina, yeah. I told you that before. I used to live on well actually Tybee down in I don't know why that's so funny. Tybee Island down in Georgia's and in North Carolina I lived on the beach. And I also lived on the island right there. What the fuck is the name of it? I live right next to that beer factory. How far inland are you in North? Look at that. Oh, you live far in the mountains. See, the shit got shut off for a second there, huh? Yeah, far in the mountains. So are you past the what's that town that they do all the beers in? Um so you got Austin and you got in North Carolina what you have is where all the hippies go. There's two people in North Carolina besides you that you should know. One is Gary. You know Gary Baxter? Do you know Gary? Zigzag? Asheville, thank you. Yeah, how far are you past Asheville? Yeah, you know Gary. Okay. Do you know him in real life? Do you know him in real life? Oh shit. Riddle me this. Do you know him in real life or do you just know him from my channel or from like talking here? No. Oh man. Dude, Gary's a fucking beast mode. Dude, Gary is a fucking gangster, dude. It's yeah, it's so funny. When I was through there, I wish I would have known him then, because I would have stopped by and said hello. But yeah, Gary Baxter's a beast, dude. He's like, he like, yeah. Um, dude, before you go there, let me see if I can hook you guys up. Let me see if I can. Yeah, Gary Baxter is like he's like corn fed, thick fingered, 6'3" of like I'll fucking like he's got like that Fu Manchu mustache of like head hunting, crush something if it must be done. Kind of like his attitude is like fuck it, whatever, bruh. But he's also incredibly knowledgeable of things like beyond this realm. You know how we speak on these in these ways in these like speakeasies, even though we speak like yeah, I think Gary would be Gary is good company. Mm, yeah. So if you said you're going there when? Sunday. Yeah. Yeah, let me see what I can do about that. Is it Thursday already? Okay, it's Thursday. Sunda. 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 Unsa Sunda. I think it's like Beetlejuice. If you say it 3 times, it will happen. Gary Baxter, Gary Baxter, Gary Baxter. You heard of the nice lounges, the hippies and trails? Yeah, I don't know if it worked that time, but I will contact him and we'll see if when you go through there. Yeah, check him out. Check. I don't know if he has a channel. I don't know that he. Oh no, actually he does. A zigzag. Open up another page and look up Gary Baxter, Baxter, and he has a few videos. You can see him. He got some dogs too. He got dogs too. Um, and just fucking send him a fucking a what's up and say you coming through. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, that fucking dude is amazing. You'll have some fun right there. Oh, oh shit. Oh, you found him. Good, 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 good. My favorite thing is I didn't realize this until about 10 seconds ago. Well, no, actually, I realized it like years ago. I had read the book Siddhartha. I don't know if you're familiar with the book Siddhartha. It's written by Herman Hesse. Herman Hesse is 88. A B C D E F G H. H is 8. So 88. How fast do you have to go to get to infinity? 88 miles an hour, according to time travelers. So Herman Hesse wrote this book called Siddhartha. And Siddhartha is this traveling. It's this book about one of the gods, one of the the real gurus of the land. And I'm not going to give anything away here by saying this, but the the moral of the story at the end is he becomes a bridge or a basically a ferryman. Like he ferries people across from land to land, or basically makes a bridge. And even in my Mayan, if you look up the Mayan calendar, the poem for the day of my birth is that I'm a bridge worker. Like I link things together, and it's so fucking funny how it happens. And I read that book in fucking one night. I don't read books. I fucking hate reading. I think it's the dumbest shit. Normally, I listen to audiobooks because I like to hear people talk. That's why I talk, because I like the sound of my voice. I like the sound of other people's voices. But yeah, I realize like bridge working is a hilarious thing. Yeah, man. Yeah, Asheville is cool, man. I bet I've been through, man. I told you I was North Carolina. North Carolina as a whole is not my greatest experiences in life because I got a gun pulled on me by a cop. I didn't need all that shit in my life. So there's a little PTSD from the North Carolina like a patrolling unit that for no reason pulled me and Ami over and unlocked my door and put a gun in my face. I didn't need all that in my life. So I do have a little PTSD about North Carolina. So I'm just gonna leave North Carolina where it is. You know, if I do, I'll stay on the beach. But North Carolina can come to New Orleans because this shit is an upgrade. What part was I at? Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you the story another time. I'll tell you one on one when I see you. I've told the story before, but no, it was the dumbest shit ever. It was really the dumbest shit ever. Yeah. If I could tell you the whole story and how fucking convoluted and bullshit and naive and rude and uh, cantankerous these cocksuckers were towards me, Meatwad, and Ami, they actually wrote a ticket to Ami and called her white. Like on the ticket, it says like, "What color is this person? White, black, blah blah blah." Ami was at the beach. She's already Native American and Indian, and she looks black. Like she's as black as fuck. And they checked off white on her ticket. That's how fucking rude these people were. They just pulled us over for fucking no reason. Well, it wasn't for no reason. We passed someone that was going 40 in a 55. And so we passed them, and to pass someone, you have to go well above the speed limit. And they pulled us over passing someone that was going 40 in a 55. And then continually insulted and assaulted us. It was fucking hilarious. So there's the story, and I'll just leave that there out into the ether. So no, I don't have really any need or want or desire to go to North Carolina. If North Carolina want to come to New Orleans, you come see what we do down here. It's fucking glorious down here. You got to get pack your bags. Come to where the weather is good. I'm sorry it gets fucking cold up there. We keep it hot down here. No, that was just right outside of after we were actually going to uh we're going to Indiana, and they were like, yeah, yeah, fucking North Carolina can suck a big fat dick as far as I'm concerned, or whatever they do. I don't know. It's a fun place. I lived there for a while. I liked it. I liked the people there. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Mm. Well. Welcome back to the regularly scheduled. Wait, is this scheduled? Is it no? This is the irregular. How about we'll call it the irregularly? How do you say irregularly? Isn't that a tongue twister right there in and of itself? Irregularly, irregular. Is that just because I'm sort of drunk, or can everybody can everybody say this with me? Irregular. Irregular? You know who made a song called Irregular? Only One for E. Go look it up. That's the dude. Anybody doesn't know who Only One for E is? He wrote a say it in Spanish. Wait. Hey Zigzag, can you type it out for me? How would I say irregular in Spanish? Like what is the irregulante? Irre Hold on. So you just put ment on the end? Um, irregularmente. Irregularmente. Is that right? Did I get it? Did I get it right there? Irregularmente. I don't know why I do that because I think I have this uh the Spanish Mexican those singers that when they were that they because their voice they go irregularmente,
No, that's not right. How do you say it? Do it in. Spell it out for me. Mente. Mente. It means mind, like our English. Yeah. So irregular mind. We have the irregular. How I'll do it like this. Well, irregular mind, sir. Well, my mind is not like yours, but we are irregularmente. I want to have a really fucking fancy like black suit with shiny beads all over it and a top hat and playing. I want to do some flamenco. Irregularmente. Is that right? Sound like a song. That is everything. Everything's gonna be black. All right, you know what? Fuck it. If I'm gonna speak Mexican, if I'm gonna speak to you Mexicans over the border over there, if I'm gonna, oh, you want me to roll the R's too? Oh man, I can roll R's really good. Let me, if I'm gonna talk to y'all across Jo- Jeb Bush's Jeb Bush Trump's wall, I'm gonna talk like this. I'm gonna have to go drink a little bit of tequila. Isn't that tequila? Tequila. But I'm gonna double roll the R's when I come back. Give me a second. Tequila, man. Tequila. Tequila. All right, fine. To the double R rollings. Mm. Rompe, rompetaros, rompe espinas, rombo, yeah, hurrah. Okay, what do I gotta say here? The double R's. Yeah, no, that was too much in the front right there. The worst thing about having a long mustache and a really big tongue is you end up doing that thing that I do where I go and I have to kind of do that like carne. Oh, wait, no, I was gonna say carne asada. My voice is gonna be like on a fucking Taco Bell commercial. Carne asada. Bitches, you better pay me. Pay me big. Just write. Just don't write the checks to me. Write them to anybody else. Give it to my friends. I don't need money. I'm made of fucking money. Double R's. The double rolls. This is the double R rolls why Mexican dudes love fat chicks. Them short little double rolls. They got like rolls like a bakery. They're like cute little chicks, but then they got the rolls, the rompias that is. They got the extra little the meaty cushiony. Ugh. They got tiny tits and a flat ass, but an extra roll just to grab onto, like rolls. And it's like a Rolls Royce. Is that what it is? Rolling around in a Rolls Royce. Now I'm gonna turn R's into the you gotta go to Tribekistan. No, not Tribekistan. How about where do all the vampires live? What's the name of the place? The Vampire Land. Because the two long teeth they have there, they have to. Mexico chicas, ay, mamacita, mama casuta, yes. Ma- Yes, Transylvania. Thank you for that. Yeah, the transvestite Albania. We kill it with the transvestite. Yo, here's the show we need to do. We need to do transvestite Transylvania, where all of the vampires are transvestites.
Synchron, the spirit never takes over. I'm still here. The Zen is still here, but I will attempt to allow you to see the spirit of the uh, the Altos, the Olmeca Altos. Mm. I'll take a little bit of this. I will take a little bit of the beer. Let's see. Mm. Get a little fucking country high life out here. Then we'll take some Taylor ports, one of the finest of the portages. Mm. See, there's not a lot of people that can right in a row take tequila. Here's what I just did. I drank tequila, a Miller High Life, and some Taylor port. Who can do that? I'm not sure. I'm not sure who can do that. You can almost see me. The sun is almost out. They tell you do not do that. Don't do that. It's going to cause fucking chaos. Let me see. You guys see. I gotta turn off. I'm in a red light district, so what I do is I usually put my the red twilight on my screen. If you guys don't know about this, go and get the Twilight application for your phone or your whatever your computer is, and it takes all the blue hue away, and the blue hue is connected to. Sorry about that thing that I do. It's because I had the last thing I had was port wine. It makes it a little all the sulfites kind of make me do that. You want to get rid of the blue hue because the blue hue is connected to the alpha brain waves, and the alpha brain waves are excitable. Where red, this is why there's a red light district. It's very calm and relaxing. A red light is a slow. The vibration is different between blue and red. So this is why if a cop pulls you over in certain cities, most of the cities in the United States, their colors are blue and red because they're going through the two books. And the two books are the Red Book. Go look up Carl Jung. It's called the Red Book. He actually wrote what's called the Red Book. And if you look at books that are blue versus books that are red, they're written by two different type. Well, they're the same occultists, but they're giving what is the understanding of blue is calm, red is let's get it done. Your blood is red because it's blue. The blue is the dirty blood, right? I mean, it's not dirty blood. How to put it this way? When you eat something, your blood turns to purple or blue. Well, and purple is the end game. Let's see. Your blood turns to blue or blue-black. And then as you oxygenate it, breathe something in, it turns to red because that's what's causing the erosion or the rust of the iron in your blood because you're an Iron Man. And those two books are already written because it was occulted a long time ago what the blue and reds were. So hopefully that gives you a little inlet into when you go to the library, when you go to the bookstore, when you're looking at something, the blue and the red means something. The purple means something else completely. Mix blue and red together. What do you get? Purple. Yeah. I know this. I know this one thing. There is no past. There is no future. If you were looking towards me from the future, I'd be looking at you from the future as well because I can see the whole way around the system. I can see what the back of your head looks like. Depends on what direction you're facing. Yeah, you 9 hour a synchron. You 9 hours ahead in your mind, but you're 100 years behind in reality. Yeah, you've got shit. They just stopped me from saying that, but I'm gonna say it again. If you think you're ahead or behind, you're dealing with one timescape. It's called the Green Witch or Greenwich. The Green Witch time. The Greenwich time says when, what time, what is.
Like right now, it's now to me. NOW. It's done. It's here. It's been. It's has passed, and it will be in the future. It's all the same fucking thing. But to think you're ahead or behind of something, well, no, we're just where we are. So if you rely on the green witch to tell you, well, the green witch is still a witch, right? The black witch is a black witch. The white witch is a white witch. Go through all the colors if you must. But to think we're on some sort of time scale, how about the Mayan? How about the Mayans? How about the Mayan calendar? Did they not know better than the green witch does? The green witch thought everything was earth based. But yet, here we are, plugged into a computer using the aether. I'm from the Aethernet. I'm from the aether. You can't be from the future of the aether. The aether has no future, and it has all it is present. It's present. I'm a present. I'm a gift. I'm a gift to this world. And there it is again. And so are all of you. Just don't think you come from the future or the past. Don't do that. We're all here now. In here in the moment. And I'm still zeroed out on people in the room. You're turning yeah. That's the thing is as we play games with the past and the future, like we're already predicting each other's futures, and as far as I know, the future is bright and glorious and wondrous, and there's so much in the future for everyone if they could just let go of the collapsing the past into what they think they are. The past didn't make you. The future is the future is pulling you to it. And the past is kind of like, hey, don't you remember me? It's an idiotic, eoric, self-deprecating nonsense. All the worst things in the past. What about the best things in the past? What about? But can I go back there? You can't go back to the past. You can go. You could go back to the future though. Hi, future. What's going on here? Here it is. Right now. Right now. Right now, as I'm speaking in the future. Well, shit, am I? Oh no, I'm speaking in the now because that's all can be done. But I'm kind of gravitating towards future prospect of how could it be? How could life be? Here, we'll do it again. I'll do I'm gonna do it backwards this time. We'll do port, then beer, and then tequila. Oh, this is a bad idea or a good idea. We'll see. Oh, yeah, I think this is a great idea because I didn't like the port last. Mm. All right, tequila. Let's see. Let's see what you got in you. Ugh. All right. Okay. We're here again. Oh, you guys can almost see me, huh? You guys can kind of see. Damn it. Oh, oh, there it is. Hold on. Oh, that was perfect. It's almost sleepy time. Almost time. Almost time to take a nap. 2:20. Let's go to. I'll give you guys to like 2:40. Give you guys 20 more minutes of idiocy here, and one more burp. It's funny how Om sounds like. It almost sounds like Iraq. Funny enough, that's the city I'm from. Iraq. All right. Meditate here in silence until someone says something, and then we will continue on with this. Oh, there he is, Synchron, still inside of the Technicolor Dreamcoat, inside of the house, inside of the mind of the. Oh, do you remember that movie? Here's the movie that just came to mind, and I don't know why you would know this. Maybe because your accent is much like Dr. Parnassus. Dr. Parnassus? No, 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 no. No, Tron is amazing. The second one is better than the first one. I don't care what anybody says. The second one is better than the first one. Dr. Parnassus and the Imaginarium. Sorry, one second. Mm. Mm. See, like when I just did that, whenever you when you do that, I kind of think about women that I've my seed into their mouth, and I'm like, are you gonna swallow that, or are you gonna spit it out? What are you gonna do? And 99% of them swallow. I've only had one chick spit it out. I was like, why would you do that? Like, you got the seed from a god. Why would you not just swallow it? Yeah, Doctor Parnassus. Have you guys seen this? Yeah, the Imaginarium. Yep, hey, Zigzag and Synchron. Have you both seen Doctor Parnassus, the Imaginarium? Johnny Depp's in it, and Jude Law, and there's who's the other two? The one dude that supposedly died, but I don't, obviously he didn't die. That's ridiculous. That's just a fucking story. Went to a different realm. Did you guys see that? And they had to quote remake the movie unquote because the one actor died during it, and so they had to make four of him. No, they didn't do. Ledger, Law, Ledger, and the other two are what? Depp, Deep, Ledger, Law, and who's the fourth one? The really pretty fucking dude from Ireland, who's in, oh, what the fuck is his name? Come on, somebody give me the fourth one. Don't make me look it up. Don't make me do it. Don't make me fucking do it. I'll fucking do it. Peace out, Zigzag. Good to see you, man. Cheers. Have a beautiful day. Do gloriously, wonderfully idiotic and amazing things. You know. What is the other dude's name? Yeah, Colin Farrell. That's did it again. Did it again. It just did that again. Uh huh. Farrell. Yep. And what was he in? Was he in recently? Wasn't he in the new one about? No, that was Johnny Depp. See, those four are infinitely connected. Like Colin Farrell, Jude Law, Johnny Depp, mm-hmm. Dr. Parnassus. Oh, I don't know where I was going with that story. I mean, I knew when I was telling the story, but then I lost the last name and the first name too. Colin Farrell, like the name means to butt fuck. That's I'm just decoding it. It just Colin Farrell, like a ferret, like to just get in there. That means butt fucker. His name means butt fucker. I'm just telling you how it is. Just telling you how it is. And I'll do one more round in the opposite direction. I'll start in the middle. Mm. And then we'll call this a day because this shit is hilarious. Mm. Ew. Yeah, there it is. Branches, what's up, man? The Doctor of the Imaginarium. Pharrell Williams and Synchron. Did you ever see that picture of Pharrell Williams and William Pharrell? Have you ever seen that? That they mashed their faces up and it made it look like this hybridization of those two, and it was the most confusing. It was like so. It was so weird to look at. Yep. Universal information and universal law is the same coin, or the universe is its own access. Yes. The access point to all of your actuality, reality, your universe is always going to be yourself. There's nothing. We use the computer, we use the phone, we use the house, we use the earth. We participate with all of these things in a way just to see more of what we actually are as ourselves, which is inside of ourself, which is inside of ourselves, which is an elf. Our cells. If you take the words cell and elf and put them together, what you get is yourself. Yeah. And because I'm sure that some people need their hands held. Hey, you can come join me. Don't worry. Here. You're not gonna have to. You don't have to watch me piss. You can listen though. Just listen. Listen closely. This is the sound of my piss. It's like raindrops. It's like gumdrops. It's like jaw drops. You know they made a Jaws 2, I think. Didn't they do that? Did they do that? Did they make a Jaws 2? It makes no sense. Like Jaws is all that needed to happen. They made a second one, didn't they? Like who's gonna watch the second one? Oh, look at this. You guys can almost see it. It's almost the brightest, lightest of day. Can I fix it up? Here. I can get right on camera for you guys. Hey, before I do that though, before I'm comfortable enough to put my stupid face on camera, I'm gonna go get a drink. It's gonna be right over there, and I'm gonna come right back, and we'll talk about. Um, the light it burns. It burns. It burns the fucking. Mm. Oh, all right. Alright, so I'm just drinking beer from now on because you guys are fucking lame. What time? See, that's the thing. This is the thing I'm trying to express to people who are secondarily is it's 7 o'clock here, 7:30, and where you are, I don't know what fucking time it is. So when I do live shows, I'm precisely pointing at what time. What I don't know. I don't know what time people get up at anymore. I don't know what time people go to sleep at, because sometimes I wake up at 3 a.m. Sometimes I'm sleeping at noon. Sometimes I'm woke up out of a fucking perfect. You know that slumber you get where you're just drooling on your pillow and you're just kind of like. And you just wake up and you're like, oh, where does the drool come from? Why am I awake right now? That there's where I exist. I don't know anywhere else to be. I mean, I would like to have a solid, healthy 8 hours of nap time, but it doesn't always happen. Sometimes I get 12 hours of sleep. Sometimes I get 1 hour. Sometimes I get then I look at this and I go, what time is it? And I go, oh fuck, we working on a 24-hour clock. Oh, I used to work at the airport. I was in the army. Blah blah blah. Like, really? Mm. This is why the people that are really like they have the really big how to put it. They always say we don't sleep. We don't sleep. I mean we nap. We don't sleep. A synchron. You at 11:38. I've been up since take take 7:40 in the morning and minus 2 hours and 30 minutes. So 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock is not when I want to wake up. But it happens. It happens because there's a frequency that occurs in my brain that doesn't allow me to sleep. That I can hear other people like, "Hey, can Zen come say something?" Like, it's like when your ma's, your friend comes over, like, "Hey, can Zen come out and play?" Like, I already woke up. I already got it. Oh, the urine? Yeah, no, that's the thing about the urine and well, the urine, and when you loop it, will give you what's already inside of you anyway. So I could already do that. But, it's just like, when do you need to sleep? Well, I don't really need to sleep. Would you like being awake? Well, kinda. Can I just take a nap? Well, I mean, if you have to. And then that goes through, that's your mind frame. Like, well, should I sleep now? Okay, I'm gonna go sleep. Let's try this. Here, I'm gonna go sleep. No, it's not gonna happen. Can't happen. I'm too busy here working for the advancement of humanity. It's a fucking difficult thing, being a scribe. The ability and the energetics of it's an advancement. It's. Do you think God sleeps? Here, ask yourself a very simple question. Everybody that believes in the Jesus Christ and all this, like, there's no one here at 2:30 in the morning that believes like that there's a Bible guy named Jesus Christ or whatever. But if you so happen to just scroll forward and click on this part of my video, you think there's a Jesus guy that doesn't sleep? What I mean, so is he gonna send Santa Claus to give you gifts too? So Jesus hired a hitman, and then the hitman hired a bunch of fucking elves, slaves. I mean, how do people believe this shit? How do really? If you were given if you were given a day, say, think your own thoughts, you would come to the very obvious conclusion that either Jesus was a fucking sadomasochist or Santa Claus was into domination by making a bunch of reindeer and a bunch of elves to do all the work for him so he could give things away so people would fucking play with his beard and suck his Santa cock. What is not anybody getting about this? How do you continually tell your children that Santa Claus exists and that Jesus exists? Because you're discounting yourselves. If you say Jesus exists and you say Santa Claus exists, you say, well, believe in elves, just don't believe in me because I didn't give you the presents. It was that other fictional character that you can't. That's the dumbest shit ever. It really is. And you guys need to stop it. You just need to go, hey, listen, the presents are coming from me, and you can produce your own presents and help people out. And you can become Santa Claus for everyone. Like, oh, I'm so tired of people's fucking inanity. Inanity. It's snow. It's, yes. And don't snow where I'm from. No, there's no snow where I am. So ask yourself, if you live near the equator or Ecuador, or if you live in any of the warm climates, how the fuck do you believe in the Jesus Santa Claus mythology, the mythos? How do you believe in that? You can't. And to tell your children about snow and the reindeer and the landing on the top of roofs of houses and going through the chimneys that you don't have because you don't have reindeer. You don't have those kind of fucking mushrooms. And you don't have a fucking. The only reason the fucking climate exists is to produce the fucking. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Really? Really? So this reindeer is going to go with his bright red nose. It's going to go find because this is what the reindeers did, where there's pine trees. Do you have pine trees where you live? You can't have pine trees in a tropical climate. Oh, I'm going to blow my brains out right now on film. So how do you believe in Jesus or the mythology that you've been given in a book? You might as well read a book on the topographical expertise of sand dune dumpster diving dick faces. Like I don't even know what I just said there, but that's how ridiculous it is to believe that this Jesus or Santa Claus exists. It's so stupid. You need to give that shit up. I'm so tired of telling people about this story. But we drink, we have fun anyways. Harry Potter is the truth, man. The word Potter come down as one of my favorite teachers said. Come down to the Potter's house. Potter means magician. The potter is who molds clay. So if I'm molding clay, everything around me is clay. So I'm magicianing. I'm pottering. I'm a potter of things. It's like Pinocchio, you know? It's like why did Pinocchio come to life? So he could tell a bunch of fucking lies for the like who's more at fault for Pinocchio? The fucking dude that made him or Pinocchio? Well, I didn't know. I thought it was just a little fucking dunce dancing around. I got a long fucking nose. What does that story even mean? Why is that story told? It's told by people that are trying to fucking control you. Stop listening to these fucking assholes. It's a bunch of assholes, yo. You know what? You know what got Harry Potter? No, you know what got Pinocchio's fucking master excited? Why would he build something that made his nose longer? Because he wanted that nose up in his ass. Oh, why is nobody getting about this? I mean I don't know how it's so plain to see. The people that are trying to control you want their nose in your ass, like Pinocchio, because they want you to tell lies so you have a longer, was it dick or a nose? Or a nose dick? Fuck, what the fuck is anyone talking about anymore? It's you know what? You know what? Synchron. You know what elephants do? You see that elephant right there? Right there. You see that elephant right here? They eat clay. They eat clay, and they shit it out so it pulls and removes toxin from the body. Ugh, these earthbound motherfuckers, yo. Ugh. That fucking disgusts me. I'm gonna get a shot of tequila. Just for the fucking hell of it. Ugh. Well, that's fucking yummy. That's fucking yummy, bro. Hey, Synchron, is anyone left in the room besides you and you? Zigzag left. So you're left here, and is anyone apparently on your side of the screen? You see a bunch of numbers. Once again, I must ask this very simple question of you. The L, yes, the L, the Elohims, the L's. Yeah, yeah. We out here in droves, dude. Elephants don't die; they remember everything. Three people's here. Okay, I'm still at zero. They don't let me know anybody's in the building. The L's and the Elohims and the elephants, the fonts. Look, it's called elephants. Hey, what do you get? What do you get if you what do you get if you cross an elephant and a rhinoceros? What do you get if you cross an elephant and a rhinoceros? L if I know. That's one of my favorites. Uh-huh. Yeah, so the fants are the elephants. The elephants or the elephants. So you could fence with it or you could font with it. Why do you think there's so many fonts, Fonts, within the English language or any other? There's people that create new fonts every day. Except you can't really. Yes, thank God you got the elephino. Elephino. Elephants and rhinos in here. That's why if you were really keen on it, I've been talking about rhinoceroses, elephantums. Yeah, I've been talking about the grays for a long time. The elephants, the rhinoceros, and the hippopotamus. Those three right there. If you took an elephant, a rhinoceros, and a hippopotamus and put them in front of you, they're all basically, I mean, they don't eat, they eat plants. And they find water. If you put those motherfuckers in front of you, and you take your lion, you take your tiger, and you take all of it, if you put 1, 2, 3, elephant, rhinoceros, and hippopotamus, and put those gray skin with the thickest, put them right there, and you take one lion, you take one, give me your fucking meat eaters, put them in front, I guarantee they're gonna back the fuck off 100% of the time. There's no thing that's going to fuck with a rhinoceros, a hippopotamus, and an elephant. Show me 3 animals that will stand up to those 3 things. That are vegetarians, they don't even have big teeth. They don't have teeth. They're not even eating anything. Show me the 3 animals. Put it in the comments. You ain't gonna do it because it doesn't exist. Why they gotta work in packs? Oh, we gotta pack something up. Walk up. Yeah, you fresh. you little fucking, you rise little Minnie Mouse in the background. What the fuck's going on, man? He's a mouse. A mouse ain't heard shit. You know, you can run around you can run around the feet of the elephant, and the elephant is just going, I'm trying not to hurt you, little mouse. It wasn't scared. See, that's where people got it wrong. The elephant wasn't scared. It was like trying not to hurt the tiny little mouse. They got like a mouthy mouse. Yeah, mices and mices and rats and feces. I'll show you how you bow down to the fleeces of your niece's kisses. Everything I speak is so delicious. It's wisdom. These kids is dumb. Y'all make your knees numb. Hey, I make bees come. I make you run for your life. Chattel, you like cattle. I'll put it up on top of you like riding a saddle. Battle, never that. Fat cats, worry about these fucking fat cats. Snack on these Burt Bacharachs. Because I got your back fucking against the wall. Halts, you small folks. These 4 notes. You can get 5 fingers. Delicious. Linger. Wonder who is the loser, who's the winner? Chicken dinner. It's only so pleasing. Mousy whereabouts. Wear a blouse. Minnie Mouse, come over my house. Ah. Rah. Rah. Rah, rah, rah. Shish, boomba. Kumbaya. Hey, I'm gonna have a shot for my man. Yuvraj Patil in the buildings. There it is. Oh, so much tequila. It's so good, isn't it? What's up? What's up, you Raj? What's going on, man? It was a pleasure having a fucking combo with you the other night. What day is it? Are we still here? Are we still in the living? Are we still in the living world? Branches. I had a DMT trip smoking weddings and consuming Taco Bell. Mal, interesting combo. Weed and Taco Bell. I think most things in this world, if they're consumer corporatocracies, their dimethyltryptamine is it's kind of like when you go to McDonald's, they're gonna give you the meal that gives you a certain type of substances. They're not. I'm gonna show you one more time. The FDA is the Food and Drug Administration. They're administering food and drugs into your system. So if the FDA says it's cool, it means that McDonald's will give you the number one, the number two, the number three, the number four meal, which is French fries with all the sodium and the glucosinolated phosphates and the phosphoramines and that shit right there is going to work in cohesion with whatever they put into the fake burger that you're eating and the bread too and the cheese and whatever the fuck else you're eating. And then as you sip on that cola, it's going to have the right set of substances that cause a dimethyltryptamine drip out of the mind. So then you come back to McDonald's to again acquaint yourself with the hi, here's welcome to McDonald's. What's your order, please? My order is whatever they gave me last time. How much do I got to give you? What? Do you see? Look, there's no problem going to McDonald's. There's no problem going to Taco Bell. There's no problem eating anywhere. There's no problem eating out and eating in and doing all this shit. But realize what's occurring. They're giving you a DMT trip. Everything in life is a DMT trip. Everything you do. But just don't get addicted to one substance or one qualifier. This is why I go, well, what are we drinking today? What are we going to eat today? What are we not going to eat today? What are we not going to drink today? Should I just meditate today? How about right now? How about tomorrow? You have to vary up the substance that you consume, or none at all. I mean, it's really hard to not consume anything, because even when you're breathing, you're consuming something. I told you about this. I see no evil, I hear no evil, I speak no evil. The nose is still open. Why don't they say I smell no evil? They said 3. Hear, see, 2, 4, 5. What about these? What about these 2? This is called the weekdays. 2, 4, 5. The weekend. Ugh, I can't breathe. I can't breathe except I can't breathe. Hurrah. Who else up in here? I'll give you 2, 3 hours. So the shit is almost dud. Duddy duds. 9 more minutes of this fantastical journey into the mind of the most Hope you guys had a good time with this. It's been a lot of fun for me. And if it's fun for me, hopefully it's fun for you. And if it wasn't fun for you, hopefully you left. Or righted. I don't know. Last questions. I'm gonna stay silent from here until someone says something. We'll see how long that lasts. Just tell me as your genie. Synchron. You've been here since the beginning, man, and I appreciate that, man. That's really cool. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. That's my only goal in life is to make sure if I can guide people to enjoying themselves, because that's all you can really do. That's all you really can do. You know. I mean, we can enjoy each other for sure. That's. But until you can enjoy yourself, how could anybody else enjoy you if you can't enjoy yourself? Cool. Hmm. So I got one beer. Let's see. I got one beer. No, I can't drink that whole bottle right now. I'm gonna probably have to take a nap. I'll drink another shot of the most delicious thing in the world. Becates. Some tequila and a beer. A shot and a shit. How's that? All right. Anybody else left here? Because I don't think I'm gonna get the 3 hours. We'll leave it at. You know what? I don't know. Is 3 hours gonna make more sense? Is 2 hours and 58 minutes and 12 seconds gonna make the most sense? I've not. I've not equated that. Let's see, equilibrium. Let's see. Well, here's the thing: is I've gone 3 hours without music. I wanted to share some music with you guys, but I'm not allowed to do that anymore because when I share music with people, my channel gets, you know, Big Brother and YouTube and Mama says you cannot share with people, especially if something that was given to you, you can't give away. So I need some music in my life. So here's what I'm gonna do for myself because I care about myself. Most importantly, I can't freely provide you guys with whatever I am unless I can provide to myself. So here's what I'm gonna do. What vid caused you to get a strike? Oh no, it was I did like 3 hours of just playing music for people. So I DJ'd maybe like 4 days ago, 5 days ago. No, it was maybe a little longer than that. About a week ago. I don't know what the fuck day it was. And I was like, fuck it. I was like, I've gotten copy. It's like there's three things. You can copyright strike, copyright claim, and copyright blocked. Strike, claim, and blocked. And I've gotten so many copyright claims on my videos, I think is what this called, that I didn't realize it wasn't doing anything to my status. It was just basically saying like, hey, if you make any money off of this, they're gonna take it. And I was like, well, I don't make any money because my videos have already been demonetized. So I didn't think it mattered. So I was like, fuck it. I'll do a bunch of I'll do a video that is basically me just playing music, which is funny because the other videos that got copyright claimed, there was like I'd be walking past a place or I'd be in a place and there'd be some background music that wasn't even the purpose of my video, and then they're like, oh no, they've claimed your video. It's like, how do they claim my video? I'm just talking. Shouldn't I claim their video? Because like my fucking voice is more important than whatever the fucking stupid song is that I didn't even want to listen to. And I was like, oh fuck, now this one shit's claimed. But like they claimed nothing because my videos are not monetized. And then I made a video the other day that I figured because my videos weren't monetized, I could do anything I wanted, which is play music, which is what had happened before, which is music is just going on around me. And so I'm going to claim that. And then it got blocked. And then it said, now you have a copyright strike against you. And so the strike happened because I made like 4 hours of just, here's free music, guys. And I was like, I'm not making any money off of this. I can't make any money because all of my channel is already demonetized. So I'm not making any money off this. So what am I doing? I'm not claiming this shit. I just freely sharing with people. But I got to stay into free share no more. Yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah, 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 copyright. Yeah, yeah. What am I supposed to do? Okay, here. I'm in the most silent. What I do here is I normally just I fucking black the shit out and I just speak, and that's what you get. And that's even difficult to do. Well, this is our platform. You got to obey by the guidelines. Guidelines? Well, the guidelines is people fucking eating 400 pounds of food and vomiting over each other, and like the dumbest shit you've ever seen in the world is on YouTube. But yet me speaking is a whoa, bro, you can't say that. But these people out here, they're gonna sell people perfume while putting paint on their face and fucking shitting all over the like you you know. You ever seen that movie? You ever seen those movies? People went and spent money at the movie theater to see those people do that, and they play a little music for people that I make no money off of. None. See, this is why I gotta go like this. I gotta just fucking just hood it out, yo. I don't know. Like what's the purpose with these motherfuckers anymore? You try. I'm trying to teach their children so they don't end up like this is the shit lie. I want to teach you how to be a robber baron, right? Because you impregnated a dude you didn't like. I'm sorry about that. My bad. Oh wait, I didn't do that. I'm just telling people how this is how the fucking thing works. So you can get in your marriage or your mirage. So you get involved in your mirage, and then be so upset with the world that you can come onto YouTube and you can take channels like mine and say you can't say that. You can't say that. It's not appropriate. Anyways, see, everybody thinks I get involved with that shit. I just do that because it's fun to me. It's hilarious. Well, anyways, guys, I told you I'll get you up to 2:59:47. 3 hours in. We're gonna get right to 3 hours, and then I'm gonna blank it out and have a beautiful day. I hope you guys are well. Do beautiful things.